everyone, hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving if you celebrate it, if you live in the United States. If not, I hope you had a great November. And as I'm recording this, it is December 1st, but I probably won't upload this video until later this week because my internet is super slow. But I just wanted to go over this footage before I forgot my workout completely, since I do not write down or record my lifts, my exercises, or the volume. I actually just keep it all in my head. I don't plan my workouts ahead of time. I just walk in there, and depending on what's available and how I feel, I go by what my body tells me to do. And that's just for now. I have a feeling that in the future, when I have more definite goals and immediate goals, I will write down and record my lifts so I know what kind of volume I've been doing and how heavy I've been lifting. So in this first clip, I'm warming up with a hex bar, and I have found that I like to use this bar to warm up sometimes, but I can't go too heavy. There is a limitation, which is my grip strength and my traps tend to give out after a few warm-up sets. So I wouldn't use this exercise to go extremely heavy, and I originally started off using it for hack squats, and then I realized that this setup can also be used for deadlifts, and it's great for a good glute squeeze at the end. But I do feel like with this exercise, I may be more likely to put more stress in my lower back. I noticed that. So, well, different kind of stress, not the stress of a deadlift when you're not using proper form. I'd say I might, because the load is not so heavy, I may be less mindful of protecting my lower back. And for beginners, I would recommend trying this for someone who is not able to reach the bar, a barbell for a deadlift. If they have limited range of motion or limited flexibility, the hex bar will be a great way to just get into the deadlift. So next, I tried some Olympic lifting, and I started doing snatches or practicing about a year ago, and I've had no instruction still. I've had some help from people in the weight room at school, but I haven't really had proper instruction. But I do feel like the movement is getting more fluid, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think that even if I don't ever get into Olympic lifting competitively or beyond just using it as an exercise, I do feel like what it taught me was how important shoulder strength, stability, and flexibility is, because when I first started practicing this movement, I could feel weird twinges in my shoulders, and that's what's led me to practice shoulder strengthening exercises, not necessarily making the delts look rounder or more capped, but more strength in the shoulder joint. And I think that's helped me with a lot of lifting and just staying healthy in general. I feel like I've improved my bench press because of my shoulder joint staying healthy, and I also feel like I can do handstands without shoulder pain that much. And you'll see in this video, my MP3 player likes to just fly out of where I keep it during my workouts. And so I usually warm up with some deadlifts or just to practice the hanging part. And I try to make sure that I'm not just lifting the bar above my head, because I think something that is a little bit odd for me is, because I'm relatively strong, I tend to just try to overhead press the bar above me, which is not correct. And that's something that I did in the beginning when I was first learning, and something that I still have to struggle with sometimes. So I have to teach myself how to use the proper muscles and not just go by strength and just lifting the bar above my head. Here I'm just doing this is actually a warm-up for my actual leg day, and this is not something that I usually do, but I had a little bit more time since this was a day without school or work for me, so I did a long warm-up set just with a barbell. But occasionally when the gym is packed, sometimes I will do an entire leg workout just with a barbell, and I actually find that it's a good way to mix things up, and there are so many exercises you can do with the barbell. I actually think if I owned a home gym one day, having a setup with a barbell, a squat rack, and a platform would be awesome. And I also found an old clip of me practicing snatches for the first time about a year ago. Coincidentally, I was wearing the same tank top, and I've had this tank top for ages, and so you may have seen it in some of my progress picture photos. I just said picture photos, in my progress pictures or videos in the past couple of years, but it has served me well, and this is pretty cool to look back and see how much more fluid and comfortable I feel doing the same movement a year later.